Get seedless grapes. I mean, grapes with seeds in them. You can't get them probably. They're around $3 a pound. I went in and grabbed. I thought the thing was $3 a bunch. I went in and got 2 bags. And walked on the lady said $15. I backed up out of there. I could just share. I passed this receipt around. So I'm trying to make it cool. Well, you think things is come. So that's a receipt. That's a seed. And you probably can't get it no cheaper, about $2.50. Just pass it around. That was 2 bushels of grapes. How many pounds?
Yeah.
2 point. One is 2 and almost 2 and a half. The other is 2 and a quarter. 2 and a third.
And it's hard to find red grapes and seeds in them, right? And when you find them, you're gonna pay for them, right? So that's what we're talking about. That nothing is cheap. And we're going to go into what's called superinflation. Probably later this year, next year, and then 2011 and 12, it'll get crazy. You don't understand this system when you get ready to get into it. When you talk about power, you're dealing with a beastly system. Right. And it's going to get stone crazy. It's already crazy, but you haven't seen how crazy things are going to get. Yep. And as far as this food stuff, we got on TV there. You want the TV? Yeah, get that. I'll play about 10 minutes of that. But like Lindsay said, and some other people are going to bring down, I was watching Aaron Russo. You just won't believe how crazy this thing is going to get. I mean, it is almost beyond their control. And as this thing really melts down, I mean, food is becoming, you're going to have people starving to death in America as a result of being not able to what? Buy food. And as a result of the link cards, as food goes up, you won't be able to buy the same what? Amount. So if you allocate, say, $800 a month, that don't mean nothing if coffee is $10 a cup.
Right.
See, and that's coming. Because as it says in the scriptures, only what? Fail in Egypt, your dollar won't buy jack. And that's what's coming. And folks don't have a clue what's coming. And that's why you can rely. We'll show you the pattern and plan of salvation and how the Spirit has always set this thing up. It's always a means of escape for the sons and daughters of Yahweh. But then those that are not, those who walk in the darkness, they catch hell. I mean, big time hell, as this thing begins to unleash upon them. Because you can see how food prices are going up. You walk out of the store with $50 and it is in one bag. It's not even $50, especially if you buy this thing. And it's not even a full bag. And you better not buy no meat.
Joe better not.
See, and I said, getting out and for produce, see, y'all would know me, produce, the produce is what you pay for steaks and stuff. We used to pay for steaks, $8, $9. That's where the produce is going. So we get stone crazy to go through this. But see, Revelation is already prophesied of what would come, and you would just be able to, a day's wages, you would be just be able to feed your what?
Family.
You know, feed yourself. We're talking about no family. You'll just be able to feed yourself as this thing begins to unravel. Because what's going to happen, money, the value of money falls so low, and things go so high. You can't go in and find 16 ounces of nothing no more, a pound of nothing no more. It's not a pound, it's 14 ounces. And it's going to go to 12 ounces. And it's going to go to a half ounce. It's going to go to a half a pound. You're going to be paying a pound for it. You know. And then when you start going to steaks will be just like a Europe, it'll be like lunch meat then. Because a pound, a very good steak now will cost you, what, $15 a pound? Ain't playing. Wait till they go to 25 or 50, and funny what? Fails. The mind just won't be able to take it, because you're going to what? A lot of people just going to what? Snack. And we're going to show you instances in the scriptures how Yahweh says the system that you're under is Babylonian, and it's violating every law under heaven and physical law. It's totally corrupt to such an extent that you just won't believe it. And on top of that, it's so corrupt, and then the rest of the time, the people are under mind control. They're the type of stock mind control. They've got them so dumbed down, they don't know whether they're going to come.
Right.
They can't see this, or they're in a state of denial, like they tell everybody the economy is coming back. Every time you hear that, and you know damn well ain't nothing coming back. But that's what they keep saying. That's the mantra. And everybody is saying this thing is coming back. Now the stock market's up, that's all phony, it's gonna crash. along with a whole lot of other stuff. All the commanders gonna crash, and then they're gonna run it back up again. But it's gonna crash. Sure as I'm standing here, and we're going through phase 2, so we're gonna get started with that, and we just have to understand what's transpiring. Now out east, they have this snow blizzard. That could next up their Christmas, because people can't go out and buy nothing. You know, New York, all of New England, all the East Coast, Washington D.C., all that thing. Them people can't. This is the last weekend before
Christmas.
so they can't make no money.
I ain't gonna make no money.
They ain't gonna make no money. So they lost millions of dollars, and a lot of the stores are going to bankrupt. You know, last year Circuit City went out, a bunch of places went out, but this Sunday the same thing as what. A bunch of retail stores is gonna go out. This thing, like I say, it's on a slow roll to hell, and it's gaining what? It's gaining momentum, but they tell me everything is all right. That's what we say. You better prepare, and nobody's preparing these people both spiritually. But I got to bring this email. I'll bring it next Sunday. This guy's in one of the classes down in Mississippi. He ain't got no job. His college didn't pay up. He asked me what should he do. I said, you know, you talking about with the test fame, people gonna be stretched to what? Max. You're gonna determine what your faith, how your faith will be tested, because you're gonna find out that. Do you think that Yahweh can really provide for you when you got, craziness? You see what I'm saying? You got to look for a job, and I got a call when I was over at Lutheran General. They had about, this hospital, they had 100 positions there. They had 125,000 people apply. Can you imagine 100? That's a town.
Trying for a job.
That's one, there was a bunch of jobs. That's from all over the world. That's all over the country. People, they are emailing, and going to all. They're just overwhelmed. I'm saying now, out of all of that, how can you figure you got a chance if you don't believe in Yahweh? You figure the whole thing is what? Hopeless at some point. So it's like that's like a lottery ticket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe in Yahweh, you say, okay, this is the man. And the door is open for you. So you wouldn't get big bad shit. And people are being stretched to the max as this thing is beginning to wake up. So you end some crucial times. And if you think Obama's got anything to do with this, you're smoking some crack too much. And we'll deal with that in just a moment. So, okay, then we're going to have a prayer. For any new people here, we want to thank y'all. Thank you for coming out this evening. You entered the absolute, unadulterated truth. It may be offensive, but there's no apology for it. So, the truth is true. So, Bob is going to do the prayer, and the scripture reading will be the 13th chapter, 2 Kings 7, 1 through 15. And everybody should have a copy of that handout.
Thank you, Father Yahweh, for allowing us to come together to hear the truth. Thank you so much for allowing us to be your sons and daughters. Continue to protect us. Thank you for all your benefits and all the things that you've done for us that we don't recognize. Most of all, protect us in the coming showdown against the forces of evil. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hear ye the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh, tomorrow about this time shall a measure of fine flour be sold for a shekel, and 2 measures of barley for a shekel in the gate of Samaria. Then the officer on whose hand the king leaned answered the man of him and said, Behold, if Yahweh would make windows in heaven, might this thing be? And he said, Behold, thou shalt see it with thine eyes, but shalt not eat thereof. And there were 4 leprous men at the entering in of the gate. And they said one to another, Why sit we here until we die? If we say we will enter into the city, then the famine is in the city, and we shall die there. And if we still here, we die also. Now therefore come, and let us fall unto the host of the Syrians. If they save us alive, we shall live. And if they kill us, we shall but die. And they rose up in the twilight to go into the camp of the Syrians. And when they were come to the uttermost part of the camp of Syria, behold, there was no man there. For Yahweh had made the host of the Syrians to hear a noise of chariots and a noise of horses, even the noise of a great host. And they said one to another, Lo, the king of Israel hath hired against us the kings of the Hittites and the kings of the Egyptians to come upon us. Wherefore they arose and fled in the twilight, and left their tents, and their horses, and their asses, even the camp as it was, and fled for their life. And when these lepers came to the uttermost part of the camp, they went into one tent, and did eat and drink, and carried thence silver and gold, and raiment, and went and hid it. And came again, and entered into another tent, and carried thence also, and went and hid it. Then they said one to another, We do not well. This day is a day of good tidings, and we hold our peace. If we tarry till the morning light, some mischief will come upon us. Now therefore come, that we may go and tell the king's household. So they came and called unto the porter of the city, and they told them, saying, We came to the camp of the Syrians, and behold, there was no man there, neither voice of man, but horses tied and asses tied, and the tents as they were. And he called the porters, and they told them to the king's house within. The king arose in the night, and said to his servants, I will now shew you what the Syrians have done to us. They know that we be hungry, therefore are they gone out of the camp, to hide themselves in the field, saying, When they come out of the city, we shall catch them alive and get into the city. And one of his servants answered and said, Let some take, I pray thee, 5 of the horses that remain which are left in the city. Behold, they are as all the multitude of Israel that are left in it. Behold, I say, they are even as all the multitude of the Israelites that are consumed. And let us send and see. They took therefore 2 chariot horses, and the king said after the host of the Syrians, saying, Go and see. And they went after them unto Jordan, and lo, all the way was full of garments and vessels, which the Syrians had cast away in their haste. And the messengers returned and told the king. That was up to the first and the 15th verse. Then you want Revelation 13, the whole chapter. I saw a beast rise above the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was likened unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered at the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yahweh, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the sons, and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that is destined for captivity shall go into captivity. He that is destined to be killed with the sword will be killed with the sword. Herein is the patience and the faith of the sons destined. And I beheld another beast coming above the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an idol for the beast, which had been wounded by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the idol of the beast, that the idol of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the idol of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the idol of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the idol of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. That was Revelation 13 chapter.
Yeah, you had, I want to start off with Revelation there. And I want to start off with that with the second chapter of 2 Kings 7 chapter. The base and the principle of that is, remember, everybody was holed up in that city, and they Jerusalem there, and the king of Israel, they were surrounded by the Syrians. Syrians, heard this noise. Yahweh used mind control on them. They call it sight out war, and they ran off and fled and left all their food and supplies there. The important thing was, here's two leprosies walking around, and they happened to venture to this camp to get themselves up, and they found this food, a substance for them. Everybody else in that city was what? They were almost famished, approaching a famished state. My point is, Yahweh always takes the simple and confound things, the confound the what? The wise. So what you have there is, what we're talking about is that people just don't understand what's taking place. And as this thing begins to melt down on them, many will go in denial, and just many will be terrified there. Okay, now, what I want to do is give me Revelations, the 13th chapter, talks about the beast. You're in a beastly system, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you understand it or not. And really, when you look here at the United States, the current powers to be that actually control the system, this is a nation of war. See, we are a war nation. If you don't believe, just look at the Pentagon. How are you supposed to hack $1 trillion a year? Who the hell are you going to fight? See, Al-Qaeda. They got no Air Force, no Army, no submarines, there's nothing. They're running around. I think next week we'll bring this thing down, the conversation that Aaron Russo had with he said running around looking for Osama bin Laden. He said it's a joke. He said he bust out laughing. But this is what they do with the military. These people do what they what? Told. And folks don't understand how this thing is set up. Now you got all this war on terror. Now how they talking about Al-Qaeda coming over here? They got no submarine, they got no planes, they got no missiles. They got to come through customs. How the hell you gonna use it? I mean, it don't even make good sense. But see, they got these people so terrified, they run around in the wilderness looking for a bunch of crazy Al-Qaedans. They tell us this, they said, the Muslim faith is going to conquer us. I said, listen, they don't have no submarine, you know what I'm saying? They don't have the this beast, they fish out this beast. Give me Revelation. And it says right there, when John prophesied in the vision, he said, who's able to make war with beasts? And see, when we say that, most people think of war being only the chance of a physical arm. We want to expand that even beyond that. It's spiritual and psychological warriors. And we're reaching some stuff on time. It's not sugar. They already declared war in America. That's why the folks are so crazy. And they don't understand that the war, the thing that what they eat, what they drink, how they dress, what they think, and how they wipe their behind. All in shape and form. Say, by Tiger Style and all these other people. That's the war. See, anytime they got you believing that you got to go over to Afghanistan, talking about these are our heroes, and they fight for freedom. Saying, they just a bold-faced lie. You can't even fix that. Now, how they work with a guy running around with an AK-47 and some RPG talking about he's going to beat America? It's like you running out talking about you got an elephant coming, you got a toothpick in your hand. You talking about you're going to fight this elephant with a toothpick. Hey, you ain't going to work. See, I mean, it's a joke. See, but the folks have been under sophisticated mind control.
There you go.
And it's very, very simple. And that's the war that John is talking about. And the Bible talks about how they weave a spider web. You know, when a fly gets caught in a spider web, he can't what? Kick it out. And when you look at a spider web, when they start looking at the spider web, that silk spider web, that little thin silk web, when compared, it has more strength than steel.
That's right. Very right.
It's very strong. See, so when that spider spins that web, when that weave that web, you get entangled in there. That's what's happening. Our masters have supplied the whole world, especially the U.S., with sophisticated mind control. That's why they don't know what to eat. They don't know what to take for medicine. And they think they got a Federal Reserve note in their pocket. So you can see there it's total mind control. See, John in his vision, outlined out of Patterns in 1896, now it confirms with John, what Moses saw in his vision. We're going to take Moses and John's vision and show you what's transpired here. And what you're looking at Dr. Kelly's vision, his vision can be sharp, because Dr. Kelly had composed, explains both Moses and John's vision. So we read Revelation, we start off with Revelation 13 chapter, and then we're going to get our quote Matthew 5 says, the Messiah came in and said, think that I come to destroy the law of the prophets. That's the Old Testament. It's not coming to destroy, but I come to fulfill. So what you're looking at is scriptures are being fulfilled right before our eyes. And here we're going to show you what's to take place in the next coming 2 years. I mean, you just won't believe this country and the poverty, the abject poverty, that people at one time, they $8, $9, they stone busted now. They going to the panic for food. So don't tell me you can't be busted.
That's right.
See, I always say, I bring a high money, I bring it real low down. See, and nobody ever thought was General Motors would go bankrupt. And all the banks are in South. Now, 20 years ago, if you told somebody that all these banks are going to be in South, they would look at you like you were crazy. That's right. And they were smoking crack. That's right. See, this thing can't fall. But Babylon failed. So we're going to look at these great empires and see how they all fail. And this is the one we in. This is the last one. And this is the last one. And the main battle that will be fought here in America. See, and once we get this straight, then the whole other thing, this is the headquarters of the whole situation, the great financial and military complex. Now, the little guy over there in Rome, I call him an imitator over there. Right. I say, he don't know his kingdom. That kingdom done already failed. See, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Give me Revelations 13 chapter.
And I saw a beast rise above the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Okay, now this beast had 7 heads and
10 horns.
Okay, now the question is, why was it a beast? This is all symbolical. See, a beast is somebody that's really devoid of the what? Holy Spirit. Now he doesn't think about nothing but eating, drinking, and having sex. If he can't eat, drink, touch, or spend it, he don't want nothing to do with it, man. And profits. And profits. See what I'm saying? So this is the beast. He has, and if you don't, one thing a beast has, he has no natural what? Compassion or affection. If you don't believe it, just put yourself in the case of a lion. So the thing, beast assistance. And they don't care nothing about you. Never did and never was. Never will. Not in it. You know the story, the little song that Oscar Brown Take Me In about the snake. Right. And the woman took the snake in, fed it, washed it, and everything else. The snake bit her. And then she turned around and said, as she was dying, she asked the snake, why did you bite him? He said, that's my nature. That's my nature. You can't change his nature. So here's the beast, and we're going to show you the power that was given to him, but that's greater power to over what? To overcome it. Okay, so this beast had 7 heads, and it had 10 horns. Okay, go ahead.
And upon his horns 10 crowns.
Okay, these horns had there were 10 crowns. Let's go ahead.
And upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
Okay, read.
And the beast which I saw was likened unto a leopard. Okay, it was likened to a leopard, okay. And his feet were as the feet of a bear. He had feet of a bear. mouth is the mouth of the lion.
Okay, so you had feet of a bear. It's the feet. Okay, you had a mouth of what?
Mouth of the lion.
You had a mouth of a lion. Okay.
And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
Okay, so it says the lion was his mouth.
And there's a dragon.
Okay, so you had the lion, the leopard, bear, the lion, and dragon.
And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and his great authority.
Okay, so he got his power
His authority
from the beast.
from the dragon.
The dragon gave power to the beast.
Right.
Okay, now when you read that, so we understand how this power came about. Power came from the dragon. We know the dragon was. He was cast out of heaven. That's in the 12th chapter of Revelation. So this beast has come down. You can see what John is looking at is what to come. He's looking at all these beasts. See, when John showed him in the 7th chapter, if you go to the 7th chapter of Daniel, Daniel had a dream, a night vision, and he saw these 4 kingdoms. And saw this is what Daniel saw in his dream. Daniel saw in his vision or dream. He saw he saw a lion. He saw a bear. He saw a leopard. And he saw this 4th beast that had great iron what?
Iron teeth.
It was a beast that had great iron teeth and iron claws. Okay, the first beast here, this was Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, the bear was Mede and what? Mede and Persia. Mede and Persia. That was under Cyrus the Great. And then you had the 4th, the leopard was Greece, and that was Alexander the what? The Great. And the 4th kingdom was the Roman what? That's the pagan Roman Empire. This is pagan Rome. That was ruled by the what? Caesar. So now now each one of these beasts followed each other down. This beast, Mede and Persia conquered this. Alexander conquered what? Mede and Persia. And Rome did this. But what John is seeing all these beasts all what? Culminated and all came together.
United Europe, yep.
Say, they all come together. As you look through, so you got Russia, you look at the 4 main powers today in the world, Russia, the U.S., China, and Europe, and in Europe. So those are the 4 main powers. So the 4 main powers today are the Russia, China, the U.S., and Europe, and the EU. These are the 4 major military powers in the world. And he said they all came together, and he said they all looked. And he said they had blasphemy. Because all of them wants to be worshipped as what? Head or as gods. See, we'll come back to that in just a moment. By that, they believe that the source of your unalienable rights, the rights which we've been given to them by the Bill of Rights, they said that's the inalienable right given by who? God.
Right.
No, they said, no, you misunderstand. Those are inalienable rights given by Caesar.
That's right.
See, so they want you to worship Caesar, because the Caesar is going to be your source. That's why I said people will sell their soul for a morsel of what? Bread. Because that's what Revelation is talking about. When people need to eat, when they need anything, they run to what? They run to the government. Because the government is their mama, their daddy, and their sugar daddy, and everything else put together. So it says that this dragon was given what? Great what? Power. See, now you see then that the ironic part is here we are in the Middle East or in Afghanistan. See, Alexander couldn't have conquered them. Genghis Khan couldn't conquer Afghanistan. And the British didn't conquer. Now, why are you going to run around the desert looking for somebody? And he said, wait a minute, that don't make no sense. But you can see then there's profit to be made in what? War. There's profit to be made in war. And Spitler Butler wrote a book called Wars and what? Wars and Racket. It's on the internet. You can get a copy of that. Is that you're in a very wartime situation. Now, what I want to explain to you is that as this comes down, this beast that was given power, as it was confronted through the ages, now this self-same beast, we're looking at Lucifer as he's given power to these various kingdoms coming down to the ages of what? Dispensations. And to prove my point, I don't have a whole lot of time to plot all these scriptures. Give me right there when Yahshua was in the wilderness, and he was tested out here for 40 days and 40 nights. In fulfillment of the children of Israel being out here for what? 40 years. They were out here for 40 years. See, he was out here for 40 days, a day through a year, and if they were tempted to overcome out here, he was fulfilling this. These 40 days out here. See, and as he met the adversary, he met the dragon out here, he said, if thou bow down to me, I will give you all the what? Kingdoms of the earth. So then there are kingdoms in which the dragon has given what? Power to them. Power to them. Okay, so we see that power is given to them. Now, I want you to give me that, but I want you to continue there, reading down to about the 6th or 7th chapter in Revelation. Verses there in Revelation. I've come down to a point.
Okay. I continue there. I'll start at 3, I think is where I left off.
Read.
And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered at the beast.
See, they're all wondering at the beast. So you have a beastly system. You know, it's what you mean, wondering at the beast. You understand? Hollywood merchandised the whole world.
Right.
And I think, what did Michael Jackson say about Sony? They the what?
Devil.
The devil. See what I'm saying? So all your entertainment, see what I'm saying? They've been merchandised by the what?
Yeah.
Say the devil. Glorifying, you know, the people have been so dumbed down. We'll show you how you've been distracted. Distracted and thrown off. It's all been delivered.
Right.
If I ask you the last two is the last one, what was the top news item? Tiger Woods.
And so 14 them.
Except saying, he got more money than God, almost. Got one wife, now what the hell you need with 14 women to go to you? Right. And he ain't done nothing for nobody. Yeah. How much better you need? Right about that. All the brothers run around, all the people run around and get scholarships. Yeah. This guy lives in a $7 million house. What the hell wrong with you? You got that, what, 100-foot yacht? And you know you can't